Hi, and welcome to our third episode of ABraz Around the House, and we're going to be reviewing a product I just bought and installed called the Irwin Woodworking Vise. I bought it at Lowe's, and this is the product right here, and it comes exactly as you see it in the box here. On the outside of the box, you just get the vise itself, and so I added a couple things to it to make it work as a true woodworking vise. So we're going to jump right into it. Welcome to our third episode of ABraz Around the House. So it comes with, like I said, the vise itself, and then you have to add a few items there, as you just saw. And one of the first things I did is cut I bought some oak wood pre-sized, and then just I think I ended up with 3.5 inches there in the width. And this will serve as for the actual vise itself will serve as a protectant for wood whenever you put it in the vise. And I like the power grab because it's a really a product I use quite a bit in around my garage because it holds real nice for trim and things like that. Plus, whenever you stick it, it stays for the most part while you can get things placed. And so that's what I'm using here for that. This was I did this the night before I actually installed it. And so we put that on there and let that dry overnight. Marking our holes here for the vise, and then drilling those out. Put that vise in there, and then I use lag bolts to secure it to the workbench. This workbench I'm using is actually a Husky workbench. It gives adjustable height, and also it's a good solid little table. Just bought it at Home Depot. Once that's on there, we took off the front part of the vise so we could put the put the support screws in the side here, so pre-drilled those out. Using the hardwood, if you don't pre-drill them, you'll get some splitting, and so we didn't want that. Next thing I did is marked the holes on the oak. And probably if I went back and did this again, I might use a softer wood, just because when you put oak being a hardwood and you put other woods in there that are softer, you could dent them. So I thought about it a little bit afterwards, but I'd already bought it, so we stayed with the oak. And here I'm just pre-drilling out those holes that are going to allow the screws. And then after that, I had to do some recessed holes so that the screw heads would be below the surface. I want those where you tighten up on something, especially if you have wood in there and it dents it. So this is where I was doing the recessed holes. Had to use some machine screws to attach this portion, the wood, to the vise, and just some regular nuts there to tighten it up. And then here pre-drilled out the getting a dull bit, you can see there the holes for the recessed screws that'll go in there. And I simply went right through and attached that to the wood on the other side. So that gives it even a little bit more stability. Put the other part of the vise back on and tighten it up. And the finished product right there. Those come in real handy in a lot of the small woodworking projects that we do. And so this is the end project there. Plus it matches up with everything else. So hopefully you enjoyed the video there of how to install the Irwin Woodworking Vise. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to try to answer them. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day.